folks. As you know, I recently got a whole bunch of Milwaukee tools and I really love them. I especially love this impact wrench, which has been very good despite its low torque of 1,300 inch-pounds. It's been able to remove 110 foot-pounds of lug nuts torqued. And my other favorite toy has been this fuel ratchet. I'm sorry, this is a non-fuel version of the ratchet. Perfect size and great for working in the engine bay. It's 3/8 and has an adapter, so I did an unboxing of this one. However, while working on my car, I realized I couldn't remove these brake caliper bracket bolts, which are heavily torqued for some reason, or they've been there for like that forever. And I couldn't use this anymore on that one. Therefore, I had to get something more substantial. And I actually thought about getting the stubby impact wrench, 1/2-inch stubby impact wrench that is pretty much the same size as this in terms of the width, but wider. There's a picture of it here somewhere. So I thought about getting that one, which has 250 foot-pounds, and I thought that would be enough to remove the caliper bracket bolt, but I decided that I won't go the Milwaukee route and I'll go the Ridgid route. So instead I got the Ridgid impact wrench, which is, so this one is the Gen 5 brushless, and by the way, the Milwaukee one was also brushless impact wrench, and it has maximum torque rating of 250 foot-pounds. Meanwhile, this one has maximum torque rating of 450 foot-pounds. I think the Milwaukee, even though it's rated at 250, I've seen people do 260 foot-pounds, maybe even 270, I'm not sure. But this one is 450 foot-pounds. And the price difference, surprisingly, between the two, this was 150 at the time, and the Milwaukee one was 160 without the battery, so this is just the plain unit. But this one has 200 foot-pounds more. So I went with this one, just to future-proof myself in case I do anything heavy. But this required me to get batteries, so therefore I ended up getting this whole kit, which has the impact driver and hammer drill. So, which basically means I have to get rid of this impact driver and this hammer drill, since I won't be needing these two anymore, since I'm going with the Ridgid. However, I will still keep my friendly ratchet. So, yeah, let me just open this one up. You can see, just for size comparison, I think that what's good about the Milwaukee is the size. It's been fantastic in terms of the size. And so looking at both of these, just for comparison's sake, the head size is pretty much the same. I would say the Milwaukee is just a little bit, tad bit shorter than this one. Maybe that's about 1/4 of an inch shorter, 1/2 an inch, I'm not sure. The plus point of the Milwaukee is that it has this auto mode, so which when you're driving, it'll start out slow and then I'll get faster. This doesn't have that, but it does have 3 speeds. But the size is pretty much the same. Again, this is the Gen X5 with the brushless version. The one good thing I like about the Ridgid, what I like about the Ridgid is that one hand open and close. So if I were to put this in, one hand, and then to remove it, I could just use one hand operation. However, with the Milwaukee, it's not one hand. It goes in one hand, but in order to remove it, I have to use 2 hands. Even if I try to do it something like this, okay, I still have to somehow grab it. It doesn't fall out, but it goes in one hand. Meanwhile, the Ridgid does everything with the one hand operation. So one hand in, and then it shoots out. So it's very easy to, you just use it. You do it using one hand. Weight-wise, this does not feel that heavier. Oh, also, the Ridgid is a little bit fatter than the Milwaukee. So anyway, I've decided to go with this one size-wise. Let me find the battery wherever that is. Again, these are 4-hour batteries. Well, this is also a 4-hour battery, 12 volts, 4-hour battery, 18 volts. So yeah, definitely a little bit heavier in terms of the weight with the battery on. But I could put a smaller battery with this one, a 2 amp hour battery, so it's not that heavy. Size wise, obviously, Milwaukee doesn't take up that much space with the 6 volts. So I'm going to go with the Ridgid because I have the impact wrench, and I think this Gen 5 version is better than the previous ones. I'm just trying to see. So, like, a little bit noisier on the Ridgid. Plus, I like these lights better than this light. I think this one is much more appropriate as to where you're drilling or what have you compared to this one. So I am. I don't know. What do you think? I definitely like the size of this, but the features of that. But since I'm going to be using the 4 amp hour battery, since I need it for the impact wrench, which is, did I even open this? So I'm definitely going to be using the impact wrench on the car. It's definitely monstrous and pretty nice. So yeah, I'm converting from Milwaukee to Ridgid. Not only because of the price, but because of the increase in torque. Thanks.